like to thank Selena for sharing that story. It's a story about a massacre. It's a story about a massacre that took place here at Cartagara, not far, now known as Kings Park, and not long ago. A story about her grandmother. I just want to acknowledge the Brofo family here, give my regards and my spirit of connection with the Brofo family, Herbie Brofo. Acknowledge the award in which one of our community leaders had just recently received in New South Wales, a national recognition for his work in human rights. It was named after Eddie Mabo. So I'll acknowledge Mr. Irvin Eads from Nullamaya. And thank those who organised today, because black lives do matter. Black lives matter to us as black people. Our families matter to us. Our sons, our daughters, our mothers, our fathers, our little Kulungas, our children, they matter to us. And what we see as Noongar people, as Bibbulmun people today, and what this system is doing to our young people, we know that we have to fight and never give up. We are the highest incarcerated people on this planet. We suffer the highest pandemic of youth and child suicide on this planet. So even though there may not be many of us in numbers from our community, those that are here are worth more than 1,000 weaker. Acknowledge the man sitting in front of me, Mr. Karoon Cowper, my quitter, my brother. I struggled with him many times in terms of putting together the needs to help our people put our voice across RTR radio. I stumbled out of bed today ready for the struggle. Aboriginal people suffer racial vilification every day through institutionalised racism in this country. We suffer that racism through bureaucracies of the government, in particular through the Department of Child Protection, Homes West, Department of Education, the Health Department, and especially the Police Department. I would like to give my respects to the following people who have been slain at the hands of extreme systemic violence, and the many innocent who have been dragged into dark, damp prisons. John Patt, the young 16-year-old from Roban found dead in custody. Ricky Vincenti, shot dead on the wire at the Canning Vale prison whilst a security vehicle waited on the outside. Eddie Murray, found dead in the Wee-Waa lockup, New South Wales. The older Mr. Ward died in the back of a custodial escort vehicle, literally cooked to death. TJ Hickey, found impaled on an iron fence picket during a police chase in Redfern. Mr. Briscoe, found dead in the Alice Springs lockup. Robert Walker, found dead in Fremantle prison. Charles Michaels, dead in the Perth lockups. Tony King, found dead in police custody in Geraldton. Dixon Green, found dead in Broome lockup. Lloyd Boney, found dead in the Brewarrina lockup. I'd like to give my respects to the family of Jaluka Jew here today, who died in the South Hedland lockup, and I acknowledge the lives of the thousands of others who have died at the hand of police brutality in this country. And all of these lives mattered and yet not one police officer had ever been convicted. The Bibbulmun people merged from the granite formations of the Great Prongerups 1,000 million years ago. From the fresh water that glistened in the red ochre, the blood that flowed between the first shadow and light of the moon and sun gave rise to the beginning of time. The great Jidda lit the fires of the first dawn, and the moieties of the Wadong, the crow, and the Manage, the white cockatoo, took flight and flowed its blood through the heart that gave birth to all of mankind. This is our Budja, the lands that gave colour to the first flora on the planet, the red of the kangaroo paw. This Budja is not a Christian country, nor is it Islamic, Hinduism, Judaism, Buddhism or any other introduced religion. It is the land of the Crobberies in our language called the Midar. The song lines and the stories of the Charnock, the Woodarchies, the Bulliots, the Great Marbar and the Man powered from the sacred mountainsides where lightning strikes and thunder rolled. Our people's sacred sites and boundaries prevented war. Our people never knew of the slaughter to kill each other for land. We were the only peoples whose respect of the sacredness of the Budja, our first mother, the land, ensured the nurturing and the sustainability of all life. Junga Minya Bomaga,